Okay, this is the Victorinox huntsman. I had this Victorinox multi-tool slash knife for about more than 10 years, actually, even 15 years, I think. So I don't even know if this is still the current version. Maybe they replaced the can opener with a package opener, which actually uh, I consider a downside because the can opener, when you need it, it's actually really useful to have, especially when you break the automatic mechanism for the can to open it. But the package opener, you can still use the can opener or just the knife. But anyway, that's just me. I just prefer to have a can opener, and I even saw that somebody modified it, basically removing a little piece in here or just making it sharper here, and basically having still can opener but also package opener. But anyway, let's talk about this. It is ready with everything open except the tweezers that are here on the scale. It is really useful because you can remove splinters or just little stuff in your skin that while you are hiking or camping or even just working in the yard, it's quite useful. Then we have the main blade, which is a non-lockable blade, which is, in my opinion, a downside of those knives. But if you pay attention, you just use it without never putting your fingers in the self-cutting zone, as I call it. I think that you should be fine. It's also quite pointy, and after 10 years with just some sharpening, it is always quite sharp. I mainly use it for eating when I'm camping or outside. And okay, it's just a blade. There is also a smaller blade just near that on the other side, and I don't really never use this little blade, but people just like to keep this little blade here extra sharp because doing stuff like that, doing stuff very precise. Or sometimes people use this as general purpose and this for eating, keeping it kinda clean, but they are very near each other, so I don't think it will stay clean if this is dirty. But anyway, I say it because some people do this. You also have a toothpick, which is, in my opinion, quite useless, but sometimes can be useful. I mean, it's here, weight nothing. Then you also have a little pin hole here where you can put a pin or stuff like that. I actually don't use it. And some people also put here like little screw up knife that you can screw it here. It doesn't come with it from the factory, but you can buy it also original from Victorinox. So this is the corkscrew, which is actually very useful because I'm a wine drinker, being Italian, so when I'm camping, this is very useful to open my wine bottle. And this is a carry, I think they call it pocket carry, no, package carry. I never use it as package carry, but it is quite useful when you are cooking, maybe camping, or you want to take out something like fidgeting, and you can use this without breaking your hands like this on quite kind of sharp cables. And okay, so it is useful to maybe take out some pot or stuff like that. Then, okay, I'll close the small blade before I cut myself. And okay, this is, we already talked about the package carry. So here is one thing that you can use. I don't remember the name, but you can also use it to sew in the leather or stuff like that. Pretty much never use this. Maybe it is useful because you can grab it like this and punch like this, and it's way more stable. It also flexes like this. No, I don't think. No, yeah, usually it does, but with the knife open, if you have more than one thing open, it becomes kinda really hard to operate those. But okay, it is classic with all the Victorinox. And you also have the keychain loop. Maybe you can attach here some paracord to find it better in your pocket. So close also the main blade before I cut myself in this. And here in the can opener you also have a little Phillips screwdriver. No, it's not Phillips, it's a little flathead screwdriver, which is not so useful, so easy to use since you have the blade of the can opener right there, but for certain kind of thing it is useful. Then here you have the bigger one. With this one it's quite useful if you have a big enough screw, and it's also a little bit fat, so it will not strip your screw. And you can also open it like this, of course, also the can opener. And there's also this thing which is useful to strip wires if you use it in the correct combination with the blade. And then there's the saw. Let me close this if I can. With the saw, that is actually a very good wood saw. I pretty much never use this, but when I need to cut some little piece of wood, like in a precise manner, and I don't want to reach for my big saw I have in my garage, this is very, very effective. Like, I would like to buy a big version of this. And it also has a quite sharp backbone, let's say, so you can use it to lit a fire with those things, survival kind of guy stuff. And let's close it. And then my favorite and most used function, which is the scissors. Mine gets kind of stuck because it is old and maybe also a little dirty, but no, not much. But those are sharp, pointy, and extremely useful. Very nice, and also very nice to hold, because when you press it, it's on the other way, not on this way, and you don't risk on closing it. And those you can cut your fingernail while you are camping or cutting cords. I even sometimes use it to strip some wires, also quite thick wires, and this works really well. Never lost its edge actually. And there's also this kind of spring that set it back in position. Brand new it is like this, but mine is, as I said, more than 10 years old, so kind of show its age. But what about age that is showing? Okay, the scale are a little less red and a little more matte, but I've dropped this many times, as you can see, maybe here and in some other places, but I mean, still feels like new, still very nice to handle. And so this one is not huge as Victorinox, but it's not even that small, but still very easy to handle. You can have a nice grip, don't put your finger here. But I mean, it's not the Swiss Champ, the huge one, but not even the Soldier where you miss the scissors. And I mean, good knife. It is 91mm if I'm not wrong. The blade is not lockable, as I said, so which is pretty much the only downside that I have with those Victorinox knife. But it is actually awesome. I really love this knife. It's actually my favorite knife of all time, and I suggest this one if you can still get the one with the can opener, I suggest you to buy it and use it every day. Will not let you down, and you may be surprised how useful it is. And also, if you buy it in red like this, everybody knows it's a Swiss Army knife, so it's not something that you can use to harm somebody. So usually police are quite gentle with it, and they don't treat it like something scary that you could use to hurt someone. But that said, check about your rules. Here in Italy, there is a common misconception that if it is less than 4 finger like this, you can carry it, but that's not true. You cannot carry anything. And also in most of European Union, you cannot do this, thankfully, because otherwise thugs and criminals will stab you to death much more often. And okay, I can just carry it for camping or when I'm outdoor, and there I have the justification to carry it, and so nobody can tell me anything. And I actually carry it when I actually need it, and not when I'm in the office or at the supermarket. That's it. Hope you like it. If you have any question, you can comment under this video. Thank you.